All right, Shalom. This is Power Thumb of the Great Millstone Houston Camp, back with another lesson to edify the elect of the nation of Israel. So before I begin, as always, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rachach, Kodash, the warners today are the apostles and the elder bishops of the Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation unto the elect of the nation of Israel, the Israelites, us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and all the Israelites scattered abroad, the elect amongst us are the Israelites that hear His word, have faith in His word, and continue in that faith, which is faith in the truth of the scriptures, which is the teaching that coming from the apostles and all the same that follow, and all that follow the same doctrine of the great millstone. All right, this is the gospel of salvation, and I believe, yep, it's Shalom. So I want to start off here in Luke chapter 6. Salakia, start off here in Luke 6 and 24. And it reads, "But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation." Woe is talking about destruction. And yet this is Yahweh speaking to us, the Israelites, those that are rich. For ye have received your consolation, which your consolation is your comfort. All right. So I want to play this video with Will Smith and get some more precepts. Lord, with me, this lesson is edifying.
What's your relationship like with money?
You know, the first half of my life was gather, gather, gather.
Mm-hmm.
And the second half of my life is going to be,
Give, give, give.
But what happens is you just realize none of it can make you happy. And, once you've bought everything you want, and there's literally nothing on earth else that you want to buy, you I just wish that was a gift that everybody could have, because there's nothing that material can do to satisfy you. When you realize that no relationship, that no money, that no kids, there's literally nothing that can make you happy. That happy is an internal, full frontal contact with your dark night of the soul, and you reconcile that you got to make happy in here. You got to make happy in here with none of that stuff.
Damn.
You got to take happy to the people you love. You can't try to get it from them.
All right. So Will Smith going into how money can make him happy. He got into the Hollywood industry, and what he thought was he was gonna do what most Jakes think, make a deal with the devil, as we're gonna get here. Who pity? This is Sirach chapter 12, and I started at verse 10, and I'm gonna jump down. Never trust thine enemy, for as like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. All right, so the enemy that is ruling the world, actually, according to prophecy, is the enemy to the Israelites that the Most High gave the rulership of the world unto is the Edomites. All right, and for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So if you have a piece of iron and uh you clean that piece of iron, that rust is still there. All right, you can shine it up, you can sandblast it. All right, you can buff it, you can even put some new paint on it. All right, but over time, that iron is going to show, as with these Edomites, which are the so-called white people, according to the Bible, starting with the elite, especially those that's involved with uh, Hollywood. Okay, they're wicked. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 13, and it says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?" So you know you got charmers that play the musical instrument and they have the snakes dancing, right? Who shall pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? All right, and you best believe making deals with these Edomites in Hollywood, you're gonna get dirty. Okay, those are sinners. Okay, Esau is the nation that will not take instructions from the Most High, which is the Bible, at all. All right, they'll put on the front, but they don't care about the Lord's instructions at all. As the Scripture says, they cast the word behind them. Okay, so Will Smith is just one of many of the Israelites that made an agreement with this heathen nation, which is Esau, Edom, and he got bit. All right. So let's go from there to First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9, and it reads, "But they that will be rich fall into temptations in a snare." And what I want to do is get this in the NLT. I'm gonna get this in the NLT. And I'll start at verse 6, First Timothy 6 and 6. "Yet true godliness with contempt is itself great wealth." Okay? So contempt is con, meaning with, contempt. Let's look up that word. Contempt. Salakia, I believe I spelled it wrong. Content. To rest, to be satisfied. Alright? Contain, to hold together with contenary, to hold. Alright? So just to be satisfied. Alright? To be at peace. Alright? So, but godliness with contempt is great gain. Alright? For we brought nothing into this world, it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with contempt. So let us be satisfied with the basic necessities. But you know what our people do? That ain't good enough. They do is envy the oppressor. And the scriptures tell us not to envy. Proverbs 30, select your Proverbs 3 and 31. "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Okay? And that's what our people do. They get in, they grow up from a young one. They watch these different TV shows, movies. They might grow up around Edomites, so-called white people, any other nations too, but mainly the so-called white uh, nation of people, which are these Edomites, and they see that they got these luxurious things. They traveling and they got cars, houses, these clothes, and they're like, man, I want to be like that. But then, in order to have what Esau has, These wicked devils. You gotta get into these contracts, and within these contracts, you gotta do certain things, which these certain things is wickedness. Look at Will Smith's son and his daughter. All right. Look at Will Smith movie. He played a Mo in one of his movies. All right, and got popped. All right, as a man, he got sodomized. So, and this is what happens with as the man. I forget the man that said it. He played off of that black. He played off the black TV show coming up. Where the dad was a cop. The mom was a strong, independent black woman. They had the children. You had Cars Winslow was the father. I forget the name of it, but the son, I believe he played in there. That son. He said, yeah, everybody in the industry's been touched. Uh, Morality harassment. Okay, so you got to choose their ways. You got to choose their ways. All right, whether it's sports, certain sports guys that want to be mainstream and make it big and be popular and a household name, they got to do this stuff. All right, rappers, R&B, okay, all these guys and gals with these well-known names in these different industries. This was going on. Politics ain't no different. All right, especially in politics. You get on a high level, yeah, you got to do some things. All right. It says, 1 Timothy 6:6, but godliness with contempt is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world. Certainly we can carry nothing out, and having food and raiment, let us be there with content. And this is our mentality. But they that will be rich fall into temptation. Okay, and this is what I wanted to get in the NLT. 1 Timothy 6:9, but people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires. You know, what does it take to get the bread? As Satan came to our Lord Yahweh, you got to bow down to Satan. And when you bow down to Satan, you think Satan is going to give you all these riches? Or you bow down to me one time. How did you bow down to him? How did you worship Satan? Okay? You have to keep worshiping Satan. And how do you worship Satan? By doing wickedness. All right. Morality is one of the main things that happen. Sodomy. All right. All of this nasty, crazy mess. All right. It says that plunged them into ruin and destruction. You can see in Will Smith's eyes. That's why he said he couldn't find peace, because he's ruined. He's ruined morally. Okay. He sold his soul. He gave up his morals and his standard, okay, that he believed in, and he gave it up for money. All right. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, all kinds. And some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Okay, trying to get this bread. You, these people, they ain't gonna tell you, but they're miserable, man. All right, more money, more problems. That's a true saying. And I'm gonna end it off with this one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, and let's see, 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. He said, Will Smith said, I am not happy. Money don't make you happy. What makes you happy is this truth, okay? Because it fills the void. It gets rid of the confusion. The truth is what makes you happy. And the truth of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. That's true happiness, right? Because that's us getting back with our power. Right? That's why we always feel like we lost something or we incomplete, all right? Or we always long and desire something. It's because that desire is ultimately filled by Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. It says, nor he that loveth abundance will increase. This also is vanity. When goods increase, they are increased unto them that eat them. And what good is there to the owner thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? And he said, then when you buy everything, what else can you buy? I need something else to make me happy. But I got everything. And you just looking at it. All right. So let me see real quick. There's a precept on this cross reference I want to get. Psalms 37 and 16. It is better to be godly and have little than to be evil and rich. At Psalms 84 and 11. For the Lord power is our sun and shield. He gives us grace and glory. Yahweh will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. And look, our rest and comfort is coming. You know, we will have the riches of the planet Earth. Okay, real wealth, not this Federal Reserve currency, but real wealth, resources of the earth, and be blessed in the kingdom to come. So right now we got the mindset of Moses. All right. So let's see. So Proverbs 3 and 13. Joy is the person who finds wisdom. See, real joy, happiness. The one who gains understanding, for wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. The payoff is better than gold. Why? Because it brings true joy and true happiness. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. All right. She offers you long life in her hands and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths, right? That's this truth. Ultimately to the kingdom. I mean, final destination is to the kingdom. Wisdom, see, it says, she will guide you down delightful path. All her ways are satisfying. Even if it's unpleasant, you catching hell and it's truth, it's still satisfying. Why is it still satisfying? It's because you have the answers of why. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. All right. Um, let's see. And I'm gonna get this is Hebrews 11 and 26. This is Moses. He thought it was better to suffer for the sake of Hamashiach than to own the treasure of Egypt, for he was looking ahead to his great reward, and that's us. We're looking ahead to our great reward. So fuck the world. All right. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and to the hopeful elect. Give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash, Brakathon, Shalom.